What's up guys, Austin Driven Northwest here with the Evo 10 right behind me, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a install video on the AEM 320 drop-in fuel pump kit. This is from MA Performance, so it comes with the whole kit, the pump, a CNC machined hanger, and some screws you put in to hold the pump in place while it's in there. And then I'll also be doing the Radium fuel rail. This is the stock conversion setup. They have a stock one and a custom one if you want to use your AN fitting lines and whatnot. But yeah, so I'll be doing that. I'll probably be doing a two-part video for this because it's going to be a little bit more involving. But yeah, and then one more thing is I recently replaced my, let's get them real quick, my relays. Oh, right here. My relays. So these are in your fuse box right here. I'll pop it open real quick. Oh, okay, so right here. So I replaced my relays with all these orange ones and a new big gray one. This is like a must-do mod for the Evo 10s. You don't want your OEM relays being in your car any longer because it could lead to engine failure, which is pretty common on bad relays. So definitely go pick that up. There's a whole kit for that too. I would recommend that immediately if you have an Evo 10. So, moving on to the install now. So, for the pump, what we're going to have to do is... Oh, car's locked. I popped my gas cap to kind of relieve the pressure, but take out your back seats, just the cushion part, and then I'll do that real quick and I'll tell you what to do from there. Okay, so what you want to do is you're legit just going to pull up right here, right up in the middle, pull up right there and pull up on the other side. It's just two tabs that hold in this bottom piece. So pull those up and then you'll have your back seat cushion. Okay, just like that, now you have your cover right here where your fuel pump housing sits. So you're going to want to pinch out this wiring right here and then just pull up on the housing, and yeah, it'll just pop right off. And then okay, so now that you pop the cover off, you're going to want to disconnect all these hoses. This is a little clamp, so you just press that. This thing you lift up and then you pull the hose out. That one's going to have fuel in it because there's still pressure. This one you just pinch, just a little connection. This one you separate these two prongs right here, and then you just pull straight up, and then you'll have those out of the way. So let's do that. Make sure you wear gloves though, because you will get fuel on you, and have some towels for cleanup. And I'd recommend cleaning around the housing. You just don't want to get any dirt or anything inside the fuel tank. So okay, now that you got all those disconnected, you're going to undo all these bolts around the outside. and then after that your pump housing will be able to pull out. By the way, the bolts that surround the housing are 8mm, so just get your 8mm socket and wrench and just start taking them out. So now that you have all those nuts out of there, your pump is actually sprung down, so it will spring up, so don't be alarmed about that. So you can just take this housing piece out of there, just so you can get a little bit more room around the pump. So just set that aside. These are the 2 lines, the feed and the return, that are in the bag right now, so I have no gaskets anywhere. So yep, and then after that you're just going to want to pull out your pump, and there is going to be a connector at the bottom of your pump. You're going to want to disconnect this so you can pull out the pump all the way and the rest of the way. So I'm going to do that real quick and show you guys. Well, you don't want to do that, but I did it. Okay, now that you got your fuel pump out, there's a little C-clip right down here. You're just going to want to take your needle nose pliers and pull it out so you can take off the top hat of this housing. And there we go. And make sure you don't lose this, because this is a very important thing to keep your housing intact. Oh. And then make sure to undo this right here, this little clip. Just press in and pull up. Or you can do it from over here. Press in, pull down, and then over here on this side you press in and pull down, and boom, you have that off. Next step would be to undo these hose clamps. And what you're seeing right here, I had the Walbro 255 fuel pump with a drop-in thing in here as well. So that's why it looks like this. Yours will not look like that. I'm just switching out because I am going with the AEM pump instead. Now here is the AEM and the Walbro 255 side-by-side comparison. The AEM is a lot thicker and it's a little bit heavier, and this is an E85 safe pump. So I'm just prepping for that when it comes time to do that. So yeah, so here's a little side-by-side comparison. But now on to installing the 320. Alright guys, so this is right here is what comes with the map kit. It's a hanger, so you can fit this part of your stock fuel pump system in there around this fitting right here. And so when you do that, it allows you to clip into these edges right here around the pump hanger itself. So that's really cool that they make it. CNC machines. So yeah, so you're going to use 2 screws to hang that in there. And then they give you 2 fuel socks. They give you a white one right here and an E85 safe one right here. And then they also give you this clear tubing, which you're going to have to heat up the end of this in order to have it flex over this part right here. So it goes right there, just like that. So you're going to have to heat up that so it can flex and fit over this fitting. And then you're going to hose clamp that on, which they give you hose clamps and the screws you need to hold in the pump. So, alright guys, so here's your AEM 320 pump all assembled. Got that clear hose on it. I got the hose clamp right there. Make sure that's all the way tight because it could blow off. And then I have these two screws right here holding the pump in the assembly with the CNC machined housing. And then I have the E85 sock on the bottom with the clamps that hold it in place right there. Camera only, folks. There you go. And then yeah, so now it's just time to hook up this clear hose to the top of the housing right here underneath. Let me point it out. That one right there. We got to hook it right there, and then after that just plug in the rest and we should be good to go. Okay, now that you have your pump all reassembled, you're going to reconnect this hose right here. And then you're going to move the clamp back up. Oops, let's get that out of the way. Just like that, and then you're ready to drop your pump back inside the tank. Alright guys, and that right there was the how-to on how to install your AEM 320 fuel pump, or basically any Evo 10 drop-in fuel pump. So if you guys liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos like this. Pretty soon, this cold snap's going to be going away, so we're going to be getting some more racing, circuit racing videos, autocross, meets going on. So there will be a lot more content coming out. And yeah, so stay tuned for part 2 on the Radium fuel rail to spice up the engine bay and get rid of this OEM rail. So anyways, thanks for watching guys. Peace out.